somebody like Baker doing what he's doing and having that stability and success at the quarterback position factor in your thinking about wanting to do it again because you think you got a chance to win, Lavonte?
Yeah, that's real big too. That's real big too. Baker reached out to me as well. Over the off season, he knew I was contemplating retirement or coming back, and he reached out and said, he'd love to do it again with me another time. And the way the season ended last year, we weren't happy about it. We felt like we could go further than what we went. So, why not do it again? Baker is a true leader, man. Just love the way he plays the game. Love the way he carries himself, off the field. And everybody in the locker room love him. Everybody in the locker room love him. We wanted him to be a part of our team, and he's taken over. He's doing great. Made the Pro Bowl 2 years in a row, and he's just going to keep doing this, keep on excelling. And he wanted the guys around him, like me, Chris, Mike, Vita Vea, a lot of the guys that he's comfortable with. He wants us to continue to be around him and hopefully get a Super Bowl with him.
What up, Bucs fans? Welcome back to Real Bucs Talk. In today's video, we're going to talk about Buccaneers quarterback Baker Mayfield and how Lavonte David, he was on the Rich Eisen show there talking about Baker and how Baker influenced him to return for another season. They feel, the leaders on the team feel very confident in Baker's ability to lead this team where they want to go, and that's obviously a Super Bowl and winning another championship. And Lavonte talked about how Baker is that ultimate leader. He has all the buy-in from everybody on the roster, and they truly believe in his skill set. And when you look at Baker Mayfield, he took a big leap last year in year 2 with the Buccaneers, 4,500 yards, 41 touchdowns. Yes, the turnovers were up with 16 interceptions, so you would like to see him kind of limit those and try to keep them as minimized as possible. But with Baker's play style, there is going to be times for turnovers. It's just going to happen. There's not much you can do about that. But when you look at his stats, there are certain numbers we'd like to see improved. I do like that his completion percentage went up this past season. He had more yards per pass, more touchdowns. You would like to see the sack numbers, go down. He's had 40 in both seasons, so that's a little high. You would like to see that number come down and have Baker process a little bit more. But it's kind of just the game that you play with Baker Mayfield and his style of play, because he is that playmaker and trying to make things happen. So he's just got to find that balance. And it's going to be up to Josh Guzard in this offense, and hopefully they can find more ways to get the ball out of Baker's hands faster, out of it, smarter decisions more consistently, and eliminate his ability to, make those tough decisions or bad decisions, I would say, where he's trying to force the issue. You try to limit those, but at the same time, he is a playmaker, and when he does make those big plays, you like to have him on his team because he can do so much. So with that said, just looking at him going into this year 3, he's going to have the same offense, or basically the same scheme for the second year in a row, not necessarily the same offensive coordinator. It's going to be a tad different under Josh Guzard and how he likes to call plays and what type of things they're going to implement as far as maybe more vertical passing, more different style runs, maybe leaning on the run more play action, etc., screen game. And that's something that I think fits Baker very well. And we'll see if maybe they attack the field more vertically this year and get Baker some more big shots down the field to the receivers that the Buccaneers have. But just looking at him, again, set franchise records for passer rating, completion percentage, which is awesome to see. And then on third down, he was one of the best. He was the best success rate on 3rd and 10. He was the best quarterback out of a lot of big names. So it's impressive to see, and you just hope that Baker can continue to progress with the offensive core that he has here. They have good offensive talent around him. They have a good offensive line. So there's possibilities for Baker to continue to ascend and get better going into year 3 with the Buccaneers. And you hope that's the case. I think the biggest questions are going to be, can Josh Gazard and Baker work together to minimize these negative plays with the sacks and turnovers? If they can do that and find a way to harness Baker's playmaking ability without ramping up the turnover numbers, I think that would be a huge success. But it's something that Baker has dealt with throughout most of his career. It's just something that has happened for him. He's kind of that, he likes to take chances. So I think you just have to find ways to live with that and hope the good, which is the touchdown production, the big plays, all that outweigh the negatives and can overcome those unfortunate plays that do happen. But Baker Mayfield, a really good quarterback. The Buccaneers, I think, have found a gem with Baker and the free agent signing that was a couple of years ago. I'm happy that he's our quarterback. I think a lot of Bucs fans are happy that he's the quarterback of this team because just the will and the fight that he shows, the leadership, you just can't teach that, and that's something that I think the team continues to rally around, and they run through walls behind him. So I think a lot of this is going to be a positive going into this offseason, enhancing the tempo, enhancing the fundamentals, the ball security, all those things, the details of this offense will get ironed out and even sharper. So that has to lead you guys to believe that Baker Mayfield could have a huge season going into the 2025 year and produce even more than he did last season, which would be a huge credit to him. And obviously, it would be a big boost for the Buccaneers offense. But yeah, just wanted to share that message. It's exciting to hear that Lavonte David is, full on board with Baker Mayfield. They have a good relationship, a good bond, and everyone has bought into him. And I think having that support means so much for a quarterback because we see when quarterbacks don't have that support, it can go bad really fast, and that's what happened. That's what happened with Baker in Cleveland. Again, he was on his way to ascending there in Cleveland. It just didn't work out due to injury and other factors. Gets to Tampa Bay finally, and looks like he's found a home, and it has matured a lot as far as a player and what he brings to the table. So really excited to see him play this season in the 2025 year and see what happens and see how far this Buccaneers team can go, because it's going to start with Baker Mayfield. It's going to be up to him to lead this offense the right way, and I expect that to happen. And the defense, I think, will come along with the additions that they're going to continue to make there. So it should be a fun year. But let us know what you guys think. Be sure to hit that like button, comment down below on Baker Mayfield. Can we expect to see another jump for him in the 2025 season? Can he improve on last year? That's the question. Can he take his game and maybe minimize the negative plays even more to help out his team play more complementary football? So let us know what you guys think. With that said, until the next one.